What is going on, guys? It's Dre from DGen Pulls. We recently made a TikTok video showing our grading process and it went viral. Yes, 2,000 views is nothing when you're LeBron James or just a cute little cat meowing. But to us nobodies, it's big time. Anyways, let's get serious. We got a lot of DMs asking us how we found so many gradable cards. Did we rip boxes? Nope, we didn't. 90% was purchased from eBay. Yes, I know you're probably thinking, how is that possible? Every time I buy a card, there's surface issues, scratches, dents, soft corner I might have missed, blah, 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 blah. Well, you're in luck because I'm about to show you little tips that go a long way into maybe not finding 10s all the time, but at least not buying those 7s and 8s. Guys, I really think this video can help out a lot of the newcomers out. I honestly don't care about views on YouTube. We do this for fun. We put out fun content, informative content. We're really not trying to get a million hits and get paid from YouTube. But I see so many mistakes that the newcomers are making and throwing their hard-earned money in the garbage with some of these purchases they make. So if there's ever a video to share, post it on your social media to your friends, it's this one because I think it could honestly help out a lot of the hobby and a lot of the newcomers. And if we can't help each other out, then what's the point? So let's get right to it, guys. First of all, when you're buying raw cards, your intention should be always to PSA 10 and at worst BGS 9.5. You never buy a card thinking, oh, look at this card, it looks not bad. It's probably going to be a 9, I'll buy it. Forget it. You're not going to make money like that in the long run. To make money, you have to PSA 10 or BGS 9.5. The only time you could consider getting a PSA 9, thinking if it's a low-numbered card, very low-numbered card, a very rare card, that's the only time. Other than that, you never, ever, ever go with that mentality. So let's get right to it. The first example is the most obvious, and I think pretty much everybody knows it, but I'm still going to show it. It's centering from left to right. As you could tell, look how off it is from right to left. This card has no chance to PSA 10, has no chance to BGS 9.5. This card's a 9 at best going in, so this is an automatic forget it. Let's go to the next one. This is a very important example because when you look at this card off the bat, it looks half decent. Centering looks not bad. It's a half decent picture. You're like, okay, this is something I'm interested in. I would bid on it, but then this is what a lot of the newcomers don't know. You go right to it. The centering looks okay, right? Then you go to the emblem. Look at the lining on the emblem. It's completely off. And then follow the lining all around. You see how it's off? You see how it's supposed to be on the square? Look at it, and it gets bad again here on the bottom. This card is a PSA 7. It's really, this card is worth more raw than it is graded, but it shouldn't be worth more raw. It's worth more raw because people are bidding on it. This card got 22 bids. This card sold for $155. This card's a $1 card. It's garbage. There's no reason why a modern card PSA 7 should sell for anything more than $10. People lost money on this, and especially if they grade it, they're going to lose even more money on it. And this is what I'm trying to showcase people. A lot of people don't know about the emblem. I didn't know about the emblem until somebody showed me to ask questions and I found out. So this is a very important example, I think, that a lot of times, and this is really off. Sometimes the emblem could be a little bit off, and that little bit off will make you PSA 9 or maybe 8.5. And even that you don't want. You make sure the lining on the emblem is perfect. Let's go to the next example. What do I have here? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. All right, perfect. This is another example I want to show about the top loader and the sleeve. As you could tell, there's scratches here. You see the scratches over there? Those scratches most likely are on the top loader, but you can't take a chance because you're not going to buy a card thinking that, okay, it's on the top loader, and next thing you know, there's a scratch on it. What you would do is politely ask the person, this is what I always do, hey man, can you please send me pictures without the sleeve on the top loader, front and back, please? Some people do it, some people don't. This is a silver that I'm showing an example, so on a high valued card, more than likely they will do it. Honestly, you don't do this on a $1 card. You don't ask for pictures on a $1 card, you don't do it. My limit is a $10 card if I'm prospecting on that player. If I'm buying a card from my personal collection, then I won't even bother asking. But when I'm trying to grade and I'm trying to invest money and turn it over, I always ask for $10 and more. Most people will do it. If somebody doesn't want to do it, you move on to the next guy. There's another hundreds of thousand cards on eBay. But always ask politely, and always remember, don't ask on a $1 card. And as you can see also in the back over here, you see those same scratches. Again, most likely it's on the top loader, but I want to show this because it's very important to ask for cards outside of the top loader and sleeve. Let's go to the next example. What do I have here? I don't even remember. Oh, perfect. This is more of the angle. This card off the bat looks pretty good, right? But it's angled not an overhead view or directly front. So you look at it, centering looks great on this card. You go close, wow, you're like, okay, this is a card I'm going to bid on. Obviously, I'm going to ask for without the sleeve to make sure because it's a silver again, but you get closer, look at the emblem. See, it's not as bad as the first one, but the emblem's out. This card is a no-buy. This card is probably an 8.5 just because of that. The centering is horrible. It might even be an 8. Horrible, horrible. And you see, he hid that from the angle he put the card in. So there's a lot of tricks that people do to avoid these stuff. And again, this card's a sold card. Somebody lost money on this card. Let's go to the next example. Oh, the scans. Scans are good. They're not my favorite personally. I've bought cards with scans. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't prefer them. As you could tell pretty much the centering is good on a scan. You could tell little issues, little scratches or little stuff. Like you could see it right there next to the rookie. There's a little thing, but you can't really tell if it's indented or not. And that's key. And that's why I prefer other types of pictures, which I'm going to show you. But again, it's not the end of the world. What do we have? Oh, this is a perfect example of a bad scan. As you could see, this card looks trimmed to me. Looks like he's just edited it perfectly straight down the line. Look at the corners. They're 90 degrees. Look at that. Look at the corners. All perfect 90 degrees. This card has been trimmed. Not trimmed the actual card, but the picture. And this is an automatic no-buy. You see when it takes a perfect square like that? It's an automatic no-buy. This card, you don't know if the corner's soft. Forget it. On to the next one. What example do I have here? Oh, here's another scan. This is a silver. As you could tell, it's a bit flashier. But again, scans are good. I like them. I buy them. Not my top choice. But you see, you could see a little bit of a scratch there. Right there on the left side. How deep is it? It's hard to tell from a scan. And I think we're coming up to the perfect examples. No, okay, this is another example. This is a Kobe White Silver. And obviously this is a high valued card. And the guys went out of his way to take numerous pictures, numerous angles. This is a high valued card, and this guy's doing everything he can to show the buyer he doesn't want those bullshit returns on eBay, that he's aware of all the surface issues, the person that's buying it. And this is great. Again, but this is a high valued card. You can't expect this on a $1 card, and nor should you ask for it. Again, I like these pictures. Again, I've bought from these pictures, but you could see, let me just show it. You see right here with the blue and the yellow from the silver, the highlight. It's hard to tell if there's surface issues because they hide it a bit. This is why it's not my preferred picture. It's still a good scan. It's still a good picture. You could see a lot. And I've bought cards like this. But I think we're coming up to the best one that I prefer. Yep. These are the best pictures to me. These are perfect. In these pictures, you see everything crystal clear. You go along the way down. Look at that. You could spot everything. Little scratch. You see right there between the W and the H, there's a little thing. Obviously, you could buy this card. I'm not saying it's a bad purchase, but I'm saying you could see everything that there is to be seen. You see right there next to the Rickium, there's a little surface issue. It doesn't look like it's at the end. To look that would be possible. This is a not bad card to purchase, but more importantly, it's perfect to see. And let's go to the next one. Oh, perfect. All right. This is a perfect card. This is a card I would buy. It's perfect picture. Obviously, there's no picture of the back. You would ask for that. But the picture's perfect. Look at that. There's not one surface issue. Centering is great. Emblem is nice and tight. This is a card I would buy. But then, when you're about to buy it, oh, look at that. 5 available. So, what this person is doing, he's using one generic photo, most likely, for every single one of his cards. So, when you see this, this is an automatic no-buy. You do not buy these cards because you're probably most likely not getting the card in the picture. And it's a low-valued card. He doesn't want to go, I don't know what his excuse is, or it's not an excuse. He's using the best card and he's trying to sell as many as possible. This is an automatic no-buy. I don't care how good this card looks. You can't trust this seller that he's going to sell you this card. And let's go to these. This is a perfect card. This is a perfect card. Same as the one before, except there's only one available. And it's the card you'll be getting. Look at it. No surface issues. Emblem's nice and tight. Centering is great. He's given you multiple pictures. Again, you can't expect this on every card, especially not on a $14 card. This guy went out of his way. And this is a good seller. You should save the seller and work with him again. It's very important too. So for our final example, it's a card that we purchased that we're really happy with. And we're going to show you guys a step-by-step process what we went through before purchasing it. So the card was an RJ Barrett Silver Prism, a pretty decent valued card. So off the back, we like the centering. But the card came in a top loader and a sleeve. And like I mentioned earlier, you can't tell surface issues from the top loader. So we politely asked the gentleman or the lady, hey, can you send us pictures without the top loader and the sleeve, front and back? They obliged. They sent us great pictures. We liked what we saw, so we purchased the card. The card comes to us back home, and just like the pictures, the card was perfect. It was immaculate. So we ended up putting it in our PSA pile for grading. Now, if we never got these great pictures, we never would have bought this card. And this card still would have been a PSA 10, but you cannot take a chance. This is why, with these little tips that I showed you, you eliminate not getting the 7s and the 8s. And that's key to grading. Now, again, is this plan foolproof? No. You could buy 20 cards and maybe 15 of them are going to be bad. Stuff you missed. It happens. But then again, you could buy your next 20 cards and 15 of them could be good. The thing is, though, you will never buy the 7s and the 8s with these few tips that we gave you. And this is key. Now, I'm doing this at the end of the video. I forgot to mention in the beginning, but I think pretty much everybody knows it. But there might be a viewer that doesn't know this, so I'm going to mention it now. The 4 things grading companies look for are centering, edges, corners, and surface. Now, corners is self-explanatory. The corners have to be nice and tight. Edges is self-explanatory too. The edges have to be nice and tight. No whitening, no bumps, stuff like that. Now the centering is where it's tricky. Some cards is easier to tell. Like as you could tell, the Prism 2019 is easier to tell. Right to left, top to bottom. It's easy to tell for centering. Some other cards is harder to tell. It's only normal. You'll get better with experience. And surface issues is little bumps, little dimples, stuff like that. Now, if you see little bumps or little dimples, chances are that the card's not going to PSA 10. But there's also certain cards, certain sets that come already damaged. For example, not already damaged, like for example, the Prism 2019s have very tight corners, but the Select 2019s have soft corners. And this is stuff that you're going to understand by asking questions and by seeing, right? If you go write 2019 Select on eBay and you look at the back of the cards, you'll see that the bottom corners usually are more dented than the Prisms. The XRs, for example, those have bad edges. The National Treasures have bad edges. These are all little tricks, and I'll be doing a video eventually about certain sets and what to look for and what not to look for. But always, guys, if you want to get better in this hobby, it's ask questions. We're always available. Guys, subscribe to us, DM us, check out our Instagram. Our Instagram is where we have our PC, all our cards for sale. We're going to start doing breaks soon and Razes. So follow us. And most importantly, share this video. I'm never going to ask you to share videos. This is the one that I want you guys to share because it could help a lot of people out. Other than that, guys, follow us on Instagram, DGenPulls. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to come with fun, informative content. Follow us on Twitter, DGenPulls. Facebook, we're not really active on it, but it's DGenPulls as well. Give us a follow. Our DMs are always open. We're always looking to help you.